Hi boys and girls, Miss Kostelec here, and earlier I read you the story about Mary Cassatt, the Impressionist painter that never gave up, and I thought it would be wonderful for us to try to make a picture that's similar to her style. So what you need a piece of paper. I have some paper here. This is just 9 by 12, but whatever you've got. You need some paper and you need some crayons. And if you don't have a marker, that's okay. You can just use a black crayon, but I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with a black marker because it'll be easier for you to see. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape my picture paper up so it's easier for you guys to see me working and you can copy along. So go ahead and get your materials together and hopefully you can kind of see my paper there. I'll do some little lines around the edge. That'll help a little bit. You can see where my paper is. You don't need to do this. This will just help you out. Okay, so we're going to start with some simple shapes when we make our Mary Cassatt, and we're going to do a mother and a child. So I'm going to come over here to this part of my paper, and I'm going to do a pretty good size oval. I'm going to start at the top of the mama's head, and I'm going to do a pretty good size oval, just like that. Can you see my oval? And then I'm going to come on the sides of the mama's head and I'm going to do little semicircles for her ears. If you have room, you can even do a little curl in the ear. That's okay. It's like a little like a little C inside the ear. Now, start right here, right above the ear, and I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to go down and go to the other ear. So that's going to be part of the mama's hair. And then on top of her head, I'm going to do a little circle for a bun on the top of her head. Okay? Now, down below mama's head, that's the oval, I want you to come over here and I want you to do a circle. And that's going to be the baby's head. It's going to be right by the mama. And over here on this side, closest to the mama's face, I want you to do two little, they look like smiley mouths. They're going to be closed baby eyes. And then underneath that, a little smile for the nose and a little bit bigger smile for the mouth. Okay? And you can come over here on the side where the baby's ear would be, and you're going to just do like a little backwards, like a little C shape, okay? And then come right here above the baby's eyes and you can do like a little curl for the baby's hair. Babies don't have a lot of hair, so we're just going to do just a little idea that there's a baby's little bit of hair. And then I want you to go ahead right underneath the baby's mouth on the circle. I want you to draw a line, and I want it to touch at the bottom of your paper. Because Mary Cassatt often had her subjects, the people that she did in her paintings, they would go off the canvas. So the line goes all the way down to the bottom, and then we're going to come to the back of the baby's head and do baby's little back line, and it ends at the bottom of the paper too. Okay, now come up here to the mama's ear, and we're going to do the mama's shoulder. We're going to make it go down and touch on the bottom of the paper. And then come over here on this side where her ear is. You can go like right about there. And you're going to make the mama's shoulder go around the baby and go to the edge of your paper. Now, let's do the mama's face, okay? Go ahead, come down kind of even with the ears, right where the ears are. And you're going to do a little smiley mouth where the mama's eyes, she's looking down at the baby. Her eyes are closed because she loves her baby. Then come down a little bit, right down below, and just do a little bump for the mama's bottom of her nose. And then you can do a little smile. mile marks on each side, okay? Not too much. And let's see. I think that's all I'm going to do with my marker. So I'm going to put my cap on. If you were using your black crayon, that's fine. Now I want you to get a yellow crayon. And we're going to use crayons because most people have crayons. And we're going to start with yellow, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to lightly color Mama's ears and her face. Light, light, light yellow. Really, really light. We don't want her to necessarily look like a lemon. We just want to lay down a layer of color on her face. Okay. And we're going to use that yellow on the baby's face too. So I don't even need to put it away. So I have a light layer of yellow on Mama's face, and then I'm going to do the baby's head. Nice and light. Now after I finish that first layer of yellow, and don't worry if you're not done yet, you just do what you can. I want you to go ahead and I want you to get a bit of orange. Now this is where you have to be very, 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 very light. You're going to just barely touch the paper. You're barely going to put a little bit of that orange over the yellow so your mama has kind of more of a skin tone, because we're not really yellow colored. We want it to look more like skin tone. So I'm going to put some on the ears, too, and the whole Mama's face. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm using my light, 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 light touch. And I'm going to do the same thing with the baby's head. I'm going to put a light bit of yellow on the baby so baby has like flesh tone. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to put my orange down, and I'm going to get a little red. Now, we're going to be very careful again. We're going to just do a little bit of cheeks, a little bit of pink right here. We're going to use our red to do a little bit of pink cheeks, and a little bit on this side. Just a little bit to make her cheeks look pink. And you can do a little bit on Mama's, the bottom of her nose. And then look at the baby. We're going to do a little on the baby's ear. And we're going to give him a little bit of pink on his nose. A little bit on his cheeks. Not too much, just a tiny bit. Barely even touching. You almost can't even see it. It's so light. You can add a little to the Mama's ears too if you want. Make it look like. The reason why our skin has that pink cast to it, because there's blood under our skin. If you're nice and healthy, you have nice circulation, and it gives you that pink look. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my red down. Now, I want you to think about what color your mama's hair is. Now, my mama's hair when I was a little girl was dark, dark brown, almost black. So I'm going to use brown, but you can use what color your mama's hair is. Now, you might have a brown-haired mama, you might have a black-haired mama, you might have like a blondie mama. You would use yellow because that's all we have for our crayons. Or some of you have red hair, and so there's a little bit orange you might want to use. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use brown. If you want to copy me, you can. It's up to you, or you can make it look more like your mom. That's the fun part. So I'm going to come up here to Mama's hair. And I'm going to just lightly color in her bun. And I'm going to make it a little darker on this side. A little bit darker. Kind of so it looks almost like a sphere because it's a bun. It takes up space. It's not flat. And then I'm going to do her hair up here. Where her bangs are. And the top of her head. I'm going to color that in brown. And Now I'm gonna press a little harder on this side, and I'm gonna make it a little darker right here on this edge where her head is, because there's a shadow. I'm making a little bit of a shadow over there, so it's a little darker. Can make a little bit of a shadow on this side too, just a little bit. And while I still have my brown, I'm gonna give the baby just a light bit of hair, like a little bit on the top of his head, a little bit of brown right over top of that curl, and just gently, a little bit, not too much, because babies are kind of baldies, aren't they? Like Junie B would say. So a little bit of brown there, and I'm gonna put my brown down. Now, if you had a blondie mama, you could use a brown now for some shadow, because I'm gonna, since my mom had dark brown hair, I'm gonna use black now for my shadow. So I'm gonna go back over here, and in this part where the bun and the head touch, I'm gonna put a little more black right there, and a little bit right there on this side, not too much, and a little bit right here. You can use brown if you had a red-haired mama too, which was the orange. And that kind of gives it a little more shading. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, now you might have noticed I did not do eyebrows in marker. I'm gonna go ahead, whatever color, your main color, like mine was brown, I'm gonna take that color and I'm gonna do some eyebrows. So I'm gonna go, they look like frowny mouths. And they go right above the eyes. So I'm gonna go like that. See how they look like little frowny mouths? Like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my brown away. Now I think it'll be fun to go ahead and start giving the baby and the mama some clothes, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do blue because that's a good color. And I'm gonna just go ahead and color in the baby's shirt. Using a nice touch. And I'm gonna color that all in so there's not too much white showing. And that looks good. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the mama shirt now. So why don't we go ahead, I really like orange, but that might not show up very good. Maybe I'll go ahead and I'll use yellow again, why not? Now see the mama shirt, it goes around the baby's head and goes under her head. I'm gonna go ahead and just lightly color mama shirt just yellow right now. I'm gonna stop when I get to the baby's shirt and the baby's head. And I'm gonna stop when I get to mama's face. I'm just gonna color that mama shirt. So can you see where her shoulders are? Okay, looking pretty good. So I can see mama's body now better. And I want to make her more like a Mary Cassatt painting. And what I noticed, a lot of times, Mary's people were wearing flowery clothes, and that's why I wore my flowery dress today, kind of in her honor. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a red. And you can, what we're going to do is we're going to do some flowers on Mama's shirt. So I'm going to just do kind of more like, you can kind of do like a little spiral and kind of lightly color those in. And I'm just going to make like little roses. Oh, here, I'll do another one right here. I'll do one up here. Kind of look like a little spiral or a snail shell. I'm just going to do them like that. And then color it, lightly color over the top. Maybe I'll do one more right here. And lightly color that over the top. And so that's the rose. If you want, you can add a few more little like petals on the sides. They're like little semicircles here and there. Just like one or two. Do one here, one there, one here, one there. That was pretty good. Then I'm going to get green and I'm going to make the stems on the roses. So I'm going to do like a little stem on each one. Okay, and let's go ahead and just do some simple oval leaves. Why don't we do that? They're just like little ovals that I've colored in. All right. All right. That looks pretty good. I like that. So her shirt looks different from their faces. Now let's go ahead and do the background. Why don't we go ahead and we'll start with our red, and we're going to just very lightly go ahead and color in the background lightly. Now I'm faster, don't worry. If you need more time, you can take it. I'm just using a light touch, and I'm going to color around the mama's head. My tape might be a problem, but that's okay. And I'm going to go around on this side. I'm just going to go all the way, and that really makes the mama's body pop out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color her background so I can see that the mom is separate from the background. That's always a good idea, to have your background a different color so the people pop out, or whatever your subject is, pops out of the background. So I've got my red background, and I'm not going to leave it just red. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my blue, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go close to the mama, and I'm going to color in some blue over the top of it, just a little bit here and there. It makes it interesting. If we were mixing paint, the red and the blue would make it purple, but with the crayons you can still kind of see both colors, which is nice. Go ahead and color the background. And just, it makes those warm colors really come forward, and it makes that cool background, that blue, makes it kind of recede or go back. So the people look like they take up some space. And then now that I'm done with that, I think the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little purple, and I'm going to go around the mama. And I'm just going to add a little, that light touch, little bit of purple, and it just makes a nice shadow behind her. Just a little on this side, I think. Do that. Kind of makes that interesting background. And I'll do a little down here. So the mama really stands out. I like my Mary Cassatt. I hope you like yours. If you don't, you can always do another one and try again. Sometimes it takes me more than one try. But the thing to remember is that Mary Cassatt was an amazing impressionist painter in a time when women were not really allowed to be artists, and she never gave up. She had a dream in her heart to be an artist, and she did it. So I hope you will keep trying whatever your dream is, and I hope you had fun with your Mary Cassatt. I'll talk to you later, boys and girls. Bye!